Michael, congratulations. We're just chatting off camera there. You said you didn't think it was that good a performance, but ton plus average just surprised you.
No, I hit too many 57s, 58s, and something about my game, I like hitting 9 darts while I travel and then 180 and something, but no, I'm happy to get the win. Got something to improve on now because I've got to play Anderson, and you know how good he can play. So I got up that game now by at least 5, 6, 7 points.
We'll come on to that in a minute. Are you pleased to get the Barney game out of the way? Obviously his return on TV, and you've got it out of the way. You haven't got to worry about it now.
It's not so much playing Barney. It was a promise I made back in 2014 that I'd never lose to him again. And when he retired, I thought that was over. 6 months later, he's back. So no, I'm just glad to get that monkey off my back now, and probably retire again in January. But no, I'm just glad to get out of the way.
Speaking of Gary, didn't play that well tonight, but didn't need to. You expecting a better version of him tomorrow?
He's playing me, of course he is. He loves to smash me off the board. He has done for the last 12 years. So no, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be hopefully a high quality game. I can sort my 57s and 58s. I'll change them into tons of 140s, and it should be a lot better.
From your point of view, 2 points, get the group wrapped up, and then look forward to the knockout stages.
Yeah, every year I get the group of death, and they keep saying it. So, and every year I've topped the group. So if I can do it again now, I'll get that nice little bonus. I've got some rubble lead moving on my farm, so £2.5 grand bonus, might get 10 grab buyers in, maybe a couple of ton of dirt. So that, mate, honestly, every time I win money, she's spending it. We need to get these grab buyers out of the way. We need to get this, need to get that. So no, it's nice, and it's nice playing something that I love, and yeah.
That last Pro Tour weekend, were there a few nerves and that when Dobie won the first one to move level with you all?
I didn't even want to go last weekend. My auntie had just died, and I put that on social media. I went home on the second day because it was a funeral. I actually missed the game, buried. I got beat. I can't remember who I lost to, but I went straight home, and I wasn't coming back. I went to my uncle's, left his house about 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously his wife's just died, and I got a phone call at 7. If I turn up today, you've got to buy. And I was like, I'll come then. Turn up, I got to buy. I know it's 500 quid just for sitting there. So I was like, I'll turn up, I'll do that. And then, but my head was never in that weekend. You've seen it the week before, when nearly every game I was doing 103, 104 averages. And the last one was do me head in, and then when I think it was the last day when I come back, Dobie and Red Scott John on the same board. I was like, happy days, I'm qualified. One of them's got to go. One of them has to. It was either Joe or Dobie or Riz. I was definitely qualified then, so it was a nice feeling to be back in there.
You seem to be enjoying it again. The smiles back on your face around darts after that 18 months where you didn't seem to enjoy it. Do you feel yourself again?
I think it's the last 8 to 10 months where I've been trying to work on keeping myself calm and not shake my head too much. I don't know if that worked on stage today because I was trying to get angry at myself, and I just couldn't, because at the back of my mind I was thinking, you've been working so hard at this, keep calm, just make sure you're next to me. But no, I don't want to swear because I know what I'm saying. I mean, I was right miserable. The last 3 years I still am, to be fair, but it's getting better.
Busy time coming up, Players' Championships, and then the World's on the horizon, somewhere where you've got unfinished business, got to the final, but then since then it hasn't quite gone your way, Ali Pally.
I'll put it away. It's one of the things where I keep turning up expecting things to happen instead of making things to happen. And this year I've kind of learned over the last 2 years, so this year I'll do my best to make it happen, not wishing that's going to happen.
Michael, pleasure. Thanks very much.
Cheers, lad.
Michael, you've got a pretty consistent record in this event, a few quarterfinals and semi-finals. Is it one you always look forward to when it comes around?
Yeah, I think I've won the last 19 games of the group or something stupid like that, so it's some tournament I like because it's a quick fire format. Didn't show as much tonight, but I can reel off 3, 4, 5 legs in as many darts as I want, but tonight was a bit of a struggle. But this tournament, it means a lot to me. It's one of the tournaments that I really do like, and I really, really, really want to win. Never mind just want to win one, but this is one that I really do win.
Obviously we saw you win a Pro Tour recently. Do you feel like your top form is very close to coming out on the big stage as well?
I think for the last 2 years I've been playing well on stage and playing garbage on the floor, and this year I've kind of changed it round again. I got to like number 7 or number 8 in the world just by getting beat in the first round on TV, but making everything off the floor events. So it was like, go back to basics now. You got to earn your bread and butter, and then when you get to TV, just trying to perform then, and hopefully I'm doing the right thing this year.
It's a really tough starter against Raymond there. What do you make of his decision to come back and give it another go?
If you look back, I said it in one of the interviews, he's not retired. He just took a quick break and he'll be back, and I said that from day one, and you'll find it everywhere. Raymond had a go at me because he said he was retiring, and I said in the video he's not retired. But no, fair play, he's come back, and fair play, he's given a go. He's won a tournament this year, and Barney's Barney, and he's got one of the biggest followings in the world, and everyone loves to see him, and we love to play him as well, especially me for the last couple of years because he keeps giving me wins. But no, it's nice to see him back.
Cheers, Michael.
You're welcome.
Michael, just reaction. I mean, what was the reaction when you came out and you've been drawn in the group of death again? You say you get it every year.
I do. Was it Anderson Barn this year? Last year was D'Souza Vitaiska. The year before that was Duranton Aspinall. I get it every year, but this is the Grand Slam. There's only winners here, winners in Europa TV. So you don't get easy draws. You get easier. It's just I get the stupid draws, I guess. But no, I was confident coming to this, and like every other year when I play the Grand Slam, I'm always confident. And you see tonight, that last leg, I just had to say to myself, you've been in so many 5-holes or whatever it is, you know how to play the last legs, and luckily enough I did at the end then.
Does it feel like a big occasion playing Raymond up there? Because it's always...
Yeah, I just kept preparing myself in the practice room, just listening to Barney Army all the way, because I knew that's all it was going to be for 5 to 9 legs. So lucky enough I ended up getting the job done in the end.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Mike, well done. So the group of death, as we said, you actually do well in these groups, you top players. So do you want the hard players in the groups?
You're in the Grand Slam, you've got to have our players. It's not, you don't qualify this by losing the first round of the Players' Championship. You're by winning players, Europeans or TV events, and no, I just love it because it's like a couple of years ago you'd love the easy game and then I'd lose them. As soon as something's easy for me, I get beat. And the minute I love an hard draw, it's like you've got to turn up now. And I'm not turning up proper, but I do turn up for the big games. It's just the finals that I keep going back to normal.
Well, all due respect to Joe with his injury, it looks like it's 2 from 3, yourself, Raymond and Gary. So how big was that last leg for you?
For me, it was massive because I knew if I lost that, I played Joe. And then, no disrespect, in my head, I'd won that game. And I'm not being rude or nothing. I just didn't want to go into the last week having to play the last game having to play Anderson. So if I win that, I've got Anderson the second game, and then it's all on the last night playing Joe. And I'm not saying much, but he could turn up the last game and average 110, 100, whatever. But he looked like he was struggling with an injury on his elbow. But when I play him, I've got to put that to the back of my mind. Is Michael van Gerwen I've got to think of. I've got to go up there and average 100 plus and get the job done.
Okay, well, all the best in the next match.
Cheers, Wire.
Cheers.
Thank you.